The air in the dermatology clinic was sterile quiet and filled with the low hum of an air conditioner working hard against the September heat. A couple sat before the doctor, the wife looking down at her hands, shoulders hunched. She was there for her back acne, a common, treatable condition. Her husband acted like a judge at a beauty pageant. He leaned forward, smirking, and pointed at her back.
Doctor, can you make her look like Katrina Kaif or Deepika Padukone? I mean, look at this. It's a complete mess. I need a perfect wife, you know?
The words hung in the air, sharp and cruel. The doctor was stunned into silence. The wife's face crumpled. It was like watching a flower wilt in seconds. A single tear traced down her cheek. The clinic became a stage for her shame. Other patients shifted uncomfortably, eyes darting away. The moment soon went viral on social media. The wife's reaction was not anger, but deep sadness. She'd likely heard similar jokes before. Weight, her cooking, her clothes, her very being. Each one a paper cut on her soul. This cut was deeper, made in front of a stranger. The husband kept elaborating. Movie stars, models. He failed to see the living, feeling human next to him. He failed to see his partner, companion, mother of his children. Instead, he saw a collection of imperfections to fix. That clinic visit became a painful illustration of a bigger problem. It showed how cruelty hides as humor and how words can wound. His laughter echoed hollowly. He believed he could publicly belittle her. There is nothing modern about stripping dignity. Her silence spoke volumes, quiet suffering endured by countless women. Let's call a spade a spade. What happened in that clinic was not a joke. It was emotional abuse, plain and simple. If you think the incident in the clinic was a rare, isolated case, you are sadly mistaken. This is a silent epidemic. While bruises and broken bones are visible markers of physical abuse, the scars of emotional abuse are hidden deep within. The numbers we do have paint a grim picture of Pakistan. Pakistan Demographic and Health Survey. 34% of ever married women have experienced spousal, physical, sexual, or emotional violence. More than 1 in every 3 married women you know has likely faced abuse from the person who should protect her. Think about that. 1 in 3. Look around you. Your sister, your cousin, your friend, your colleague. The odds are terrifyingly high. Ground organizations report emotional and verbal abuse are almost always present with physical violence, often as the starting point. The constant belittling, name-calling, public humiliation. The abuse starts with words. It starts with jokes. Society fails to recognize emotional abuse as real violence. A man who beats his wife is called a zalim, but a man who tears her down verbally is seen as a typical husband. This normalization is dangerous. It lets abuse continue unchecked in private. Official statistics are likely the tip of the iceberg. For every reported case, countless women suffer in silence. These numbers are not just data. They are real lives and real pain. Sleepless nights crying into a pillow. Mornings putting on a brave face for the children. A constant gnawing worthlessness. The scale is immense. A collective societal failure. Failure to teach our sons that respect is not optional. Failure to empower our daughters to demand their dignity. Asif is scrolling through his phone. His wife, Sarah, walks in, looking tired after putting the kids to bed.
Sarah, did you see the pictures from Ali's wedding? His wife is, wow, like a model. Flawless skin. You should ask her what she uses. Maybe it'll help with,
Asif, I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Tired? See, that's the problem. You let yourself get tired. A top-tier wife has energy. She glows. Look at those lifestyle bloggers. They manage a house, 3 kids, a startup, and still look like they just stepped out of a spa. It's all about mindset, John. You need a winner's mindset. I'm just trying to help you level up. It's for your own good. I'm your coach, not just your husband.
I didn't know I signed up for the Wife Olympics.
What was that? Anyway, I was thinking, we should start a new routine. Morning celery juice, an hour of high-intensity interval training. No carbs after 6 p.m. I saw it on a podcast. The host's wife looks amazing. And we need to get you to that new clinic Dr. Perfectionist runs. I've booked a consultation. We need to work on your optimization for our family's brand. Think of the Instagram posts. #couple goals. #power couple. #wife upgrade.
This character, Mr. Perfect Wife, is sadly not a work of pure fiction. He is an amalgamation of countless real-life husbands who have appointed themselves as the CEOs of their wives' lives. They see their wives not as partners, but as projects to be managed, polished, and perfected. He consumes media that presents an impossible standard and uses it as a benchmark. He thinks he is being helpful, a coach toward her best self, yet is blinded by a narcissistic quest for a trophy wife, holding her to supermodel standards while ignoring his own imperfections. In the past, a woman might have compared herself to her sister or the neighbor next door. But today, she is comparing herself to, honestly, millions of women from around the globe, all presented through the magical and honestly pretty deceitful lens of social media. Instagram, TikTok. Other platforms have become a breeding ground for insecurity. Every scroll is like a journey through a gallery of flawless skin, impossibly toned bodies, and picture-perfect lives. We know they are curated, filtered, sometimes surgically enhanced. Yet the subconscious sees an endless parade of perfection and whispers, "Why don't you look like that?" Effortless beauty takes immense effort and a lot of money. Then he looks at his wife, unfiltered reality, and mistakes it for a flaw, overlooking laugh lines of joy and tired eyes from caring through the night. The beauty filters themselves are sneaky. With a single tap, you can smoothen your skin, slim your face, enlarge your eyes, and plump your lips. It's a fun game until it's not. For many, the filtered face starts to feel more real than the mirror. This can fuel body dysmorphia, fixation on normal features. It also poisons men's perceptions, arming them with an infinite arsenal of unrealistic features to demand. They'll screenshot and ask, "Why can't your eyebrows look like this?" Or, "I want you to get your lips done like hers." Suddenly, she's compared to a digital fantasy. It has turned love into a performance and marriage into a race for digital validation. You know, the old saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me," is honestly one of the biggest lies we were ever told. Words hurt. Words can break a spirit, shatter confidence, and leave scars deeper and longer lasting than any physical wound. Constant criticism, shaming, and so-called jokes about her appearance inflict a devastating psychological toll. The first casualty is her self-esteem. The husband's voice becomes her inner critic, a relentless narrator. This erosion of self-worth leads straight to anxiety and depression. She worries what she wears, how she looks, what she says. Home stops being a sanctuary. She avoids social situations, loses interest in joys she once loved. Her world shrinks to fit his disapproval. Stress brings headaches, gut issues, insomnia, weakened immunity, even worsening acne. The very mockery can fuel the flare-ups. A cruel, vicious cycle. The good news is that healing from this kind of emotional abuse is possible. It is a journey, not a destination. The first step is recognizing that there is a problem and that help is available. For the woman who has been suffering, individual therapy can be a lifeline. A modality like cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is particularly effective. CBT helps individuals identify, challenge, reframe the negative thought patterns that have taken root. The inner critic that sounds suspiciously like her husband can be silenced. A therapist offers a safe, non-judgmental space to rediscover self-worth and build resilience. Healing cannot be one-sided. The husband must also be part of the solution. Many men are not cartoon villains. They are insecure, repeating learned patterns. A good therapist can facilitate communication and teach empathy. Beyond the office, we need workshops, community dialogues that challenge appearance obsession. Community centers, workplaces, places of worship can host sessions on respectful relationships, mental wellness, and the dangers of emotional abuse. We need spaces where men can talk openly without deflecting onto their wives. Redefine masculinity, away from dominance and control toward partnership, respect, and emotional intelligence. Let's be absolutely clear. Emotional abuse is not a lesser form of abuse. It is not drama. It is not oversensitivity. It is violence, period. We must adjust our social and legal frameworks so victims of emotional abuse have equal access to support and protection. This is not about demonizing all men, but about accountability and cultural change. A marriage license is not a license to disrespect, belittle, or control. A healthy relationship is a partnership of equals, built on respect, trust, and kindness. In the end, this is not just about back acne or viral clinic stories. It is about something much more fundamental: dignity. Your wife is not a project or an accessory. She is a human being, a heart that feels, a mind that thinks, a soul that deserves to be cherished. Husbands, be her biggest cheerleader. We are all perfectly imperfect. True strength is kindness, empathy, unconditional support. Be the man who makes her feel beautiful because she is loved.